Hey guys, Brian from Arrowhead Garage, and today we're going to be bleeding the brakes on the 67 Firebird. And we've all been there. We've had the wife come out and sit in the car, and you open the valve and you tell her to push it in 1, 2, 3, and you tighten it up. And then you tell her to do it again. You open it up, 1, 2, 3, and it's a 30-minute job, and she hates it because she's in the garage, and it's horrible. So there's a kit that you can buy online which has this little bitty one-way check valve. And I ordered it and I tried it and it's okay, but I made some modifications to it to make it even better than what it comes from the factory from. So if you doubt, I'll tell you up front at the end of this video, if you want to buy one of these kits that I've modified, there's a link down below. You can buy it. It's free shipping. I'll ship it right to you. I've already pre-assembled it, made everything perfect on it. When you get it, you can go right to town and get to bring your brakes, bleeding your brakes. You can get to bleeding your brakes one person at a time, or one man at the time. I don't know. So with that, I'm gonna shut up and let's get to wrenching in this week's episode of Firebird Friday. Damn it! Who replaced this brake fluid with my water? Damn it! Here's what you get. You get my little device here with these already on, with them pre-connected. So you grab yourself a empty water bottle, you take the short end or the thinner part and you stick that into here like that. Then you take this one and you put it on your bleeder on your nipple. Now this works with drum or disc brakes. You put it on there, you set it in, you don't have to put any liquid in the bottom. Make sure your master cylinder is full, and then you start pushing the brakes. And then you'll see this thing fill up, and you're going to have your brakes bled by yourself in probably about 15-20 minutes, depending on your application and your vehicle setup. So let's get into it. All right, let's get this set up. First things first, you don't have to open up that bleeder valve. Just give it a little notch where it's nice and free. Go ahead and grab yourself an empty water bottle. Go ahead and douse that. Throw your line in. Remember, the thinner part goes in. There's an arrow on the valve showing you what direction to flow. Then grab the other end, the bigger end, and just snug it down on top of that bleeder valve. And see how I can move it around? That shows you that it's open and ready to go. So next, let's get in the car and let's pump these brakes. All right, everything's set up. Now we need to push the brake pedal down, put our foot on it, push all the way down. There's one. Let it up nice and easy. Number 2. Let it up. And number 3. Cool. Now, go and check your bottle and see what it looks like. All right, first one up is going to be the passenger rear. It's the furthest one away from the master cylinder. Go ahead and get in there, and we'll push down here, and we'll get this first pump going. There's pump number 1. And now let's do pump number 2. Let's try for pump number 3. There we go. Starting to see some fluid. Pump number 4. Get it in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, one more. Let's do one more and see how far we can get this. And good. All right. Now you just want to tighten it up. Make sure it's tightened up by the hose. You got it nice and tight. Get in there and just tighten down one last snug. Not super tight, but just snug. Make sure that valve's done. All right. Now we're moving over to the driver's side. We'll go ahead and get that going. All right. We'll get this all hooked up, and then we'll get into the car. First one, there's push number 1. And now push number 2. Push number 3. Look at those bubbles. Let's do another couple pushes here. Push number 4. Oh yeah, look at all that air coming out of that system. Push again. Let's get this going here pretty good here. And we're good. All right, now we're on the passenger front. Go ahead and there's 1 brake press. Okay, we'll grab number 2 here. Get that going, number 2. See it coming through there. All those bubbles, that's what we want out. We want all the bubbles out. Go ahead and give it another push here. Push those bubbles right on out. And let's do another one. You just keep doing it until you don't have any more bubbles. All right, I just went ahead and topped off the brake fluid. Let's go to the push here. Just so that front passenger side brake. Go ahead and we'll push again. Can I push all those bubbles out? You just keep pushing it until you have a steady stream of brake fluid coming out and no more bubbles, and that's when you can stop and tighten her down. Now you need to keep an eye on your master cylinder, so if she gets a little low, fill her back up. We don't want to run her dry. We'll have to do this whole thing over again. All right, so this is the one that's been giving us the most problem. This is the driver front here, and lots of air bubbles. So go ahead and we'll push it down here, kind of work it through. We found a small leak in where the hard line connects to the flexible rubber line, and once we fixed that, we then had to bleed this all over again. So you can see why. So many air bubbles coming in from that connection right there. So we'll go ahead and give it another shot here. Get it going. Let's push on that brake. Let's push that fluid through here. There we go. It's going through. And again, you may have to do this, 5, 6, 10, 12 times to make sure you get all those bubbles out of that line, because that's where your brake pedal and your firmness is going to happen at, is making sure there's no air bubbles in your line. All right, you can see how easy it is to use this little one-way bleeder valve to do all your brakes on your car, whether you have a disc brake setup or a drum brake setup like we have here on our 67 Firebird 400. Really cool. Now again, if you want my version, you can click the link down below. It's a couple dollars, free shipping. I'll send it out to you as soon as I get your order, and you'll have one of these that you can add in your toolbox, and you never have to bug the wife or the neighbor to help you bleed your brakes ever again on a vehicle. So with that, guys, I'm going to see you next Friday for another Firebird Friday video. If you need one of these, link down below, click on that, grab yourself one of these, help support the channel. And until next Friday, have a good one. I'll see you then.